Let me know who's here. Say hi in the comments. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Say hello. I am super excited to go over this with you guys. I spent a lot of time journaling this morning and really just mapping out the exact steps that I have taken in my business to get to multiple 5-figure months with no funnels, no hustle, no tech, right? No overworking, no undercharging, all that good stuff, right? And I'm so excited to kind of share that with you because I think that so many entrepreneurs are so stuck in hustle and technology and building funnels and sacrificing the things and the people that they love, and they're overworking and they're undercharging, and it's just downright unnecessary. So I'm really excited to walk you through the exact and the only things that you really, really need to focus on if you want to hit 5-figure months in your business, and you want to do it every single month. You don't want to have a month or a quarter where you're creating this kind of money, this impact, and then all of a sudden those contracts come to an end, the program comes to an end, and you're off chasing more clients, and you're trying to figure out how the heck you're going to repeat what you just did, right? That's no fun. Been there. My hand is raised, guys. I've totally been there. And I get it. And it's really easy to go there. It's really easy to get trapped in that. So I just want to show you how you can really easily, like this month, right now, you can start to create 5-figure months in your business, and you do not have to have technology and funnels in place. You don't need to have automation. You don't need to hustle. You do not need to overwork. You don't need to price low. Like, I'm just going to show you how to do this, even if you're just starting from scratch. If you're brand spanking new, that you're going to be able to do this with what I'm going to show you today, because this is exactly what I did when I started from ground zero. When I started from ground zero and did not have a single thing in place for to work with, this is exactly what I did, okay? So I'm excited to kind of walk you guys through this. Say hi in the comments. Just let me know if you can hear and see me okay. Let me just check my sound real quick. Yeah, it looks good over here on my end. So hopefully it's good for you guys. You can see my slides. Grab pen and paper or open up a Google Doc, however you like to take notes. You definitely want to be taking some notes, okay? Because I'm going to go through a lot, but it's all simple stuff, but I want you to write it down so you can go execute it. Let me just move here. All right, cool. So we're going to dive in. I just want to share this real quick to my group because I want to make sure that they get this too. So I'm just going to share this in my group really quickly. Live now, 5-figure months, starting this month, okay? And that's what I'm going to teach you guys. These are so fast. These strategies I'm going to share with you are so fast, so simple, so easy. A brand new spanking entrepreneur could do this. Okay, that's what's really cool about these. That's why I'm so excited, because I'm going to share this with you, and it's not going to take very much on your end. Okay, so you're not going to need to go off and create a bunch of stuff. You can just totally make this happen starting now. All right, so cool. Let's dive in. Let's do this. 5-figure months starting right now, this month, and each and every single month after. No funnels, no hustle, no tech. That's what I'm going to show you today. You definitely want to tune in if this is you. So this is probably for you, or definitely for you, and probably not for you. This is how you're going to know that you're in the right spot. Real quick before we dive into the strategies, definitely pay attention to this webinar if you're on track or you're desiring multiple 5-figure months in your coaching business, okay? And this is even for you too if you've hit this number before, but you haven't been able to do it again, okay? If you're a coach, a consultant, a mentor, a done-for-you or service-based provider, this is definitely for you. At this time, I do apologize. I don't work and support MLMs or network marketers. Nothing against them. I've done it before. I don't have anything against that. I just can't help you in your business. So if you're not in this category, then this is not a webinar for you. I think you can probably get a lot of value from it, but I'm not going to be able to help you, okay? If you are ambitious, if you're a creative action taker, and you know that you're meant for way more than what you're doing right now, but you just need to know the right next steps. You need to know, what do I focus on? How do I prioritize it? Where do I start? Like, what do I do first? That this is where you belong, because I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do. If you are not in love with your offers right now, or if you're not in love with the price points of them, or maybe even some of the people you're attracting, maybe some of the clients or people that you're attracting into your offers or onto your calendar or onto your list community, if you're not really attracting the right people, and you really want to be attracting buyers, confidently increase your prices, and not have to drown yourself in market mode to fill out a program, to sell it out point blank, this is definitely a webinar for you. So here's what the problem is. I'm going to go over these problems, and we're going to dive into my steps, okay, for how you can start to create 5-figure months this month and continue to do that month after month without hustling and having to have tech set up and funnels set up and all of that. With proven strategies, simple, fast, easy, super simple strategies. But first, we have to identify what the problem is first, so that you can see if this relates to you and if this is the right webinar for you. So the real problem, and why entrepreneurs, new, seasoned, it doesn't matter if you're brand new, if you're a little bit more seasoned and you're working with some clients, if you're not hitting a consistent 5-figure, multiple 5-figure months in your coaching business, there's a problem, period. There's a real big problem, because it's just unnecessary. Okay, so what happens and what's coming up is that the problem, and why this is happening, is that you're pricing your offers too low. And there's a multitude of reasons why you could be doing this. Maybe it's what your coach told you to do. I know, like, a lot of my clients come to me and they're like, well, my previous coach or my current coach or someone in the past told me that, I should price this low. Like, this is the price that I should put on it for now. Maybe it's a coach that told you that. Maybe it's just you think that's what it should be because you're just getting started, or because of, lack of testimonials or lack of proof or lack of confidence, whatever that might be. Maybe it's that your community, like your email list or your social group, maybe they told you that your prices are too high, or they can't afford your prices, right? So sometimes when that happens, we tend to really quickly go into reaction mode, and we're like, oh my God, I got to lower my prices because the people in my community said they can't afford it, or, it's too high for them, or they'd love to invest, but they can't afford this, right? So now I should probably lower my prices. So that's another reason why people lower their prices. And so basically you think that, that's why, those are the reasons why you should lower your prices. But you really want to charge more, right? Like, you really want to be able to have people invest in your services, your programs, and you want to get paid well for that, right? Like, nobody on this earth that I'm aware of wants to bring on 20, 30 plus clients to make 5 figures a month. Like, nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to work 40, 50, 60 plus hours a week to make 5-figure months. It's just ridiculous. It's unnecessary. But when you price really low, that's exactly what you have to do. You need more clients. You need more sales. You need a bigger community, a bigger email list, more Facebook group, more engagement. Like, the list goes on and on. You have to work with a shit ton of clients because your price is so low. Okay? Okay, that's the first big problem. All right? Like, if my clients are on, I think I see a couple of my clients actually on this live. Hey, ladies. But anyway, if you have worked with me, then you probably can vouch firsthand right away in the comments below. I have my clients increase their prices. It's almost the first thing we do. So if any of my clients are tuning in, whether it's the replay or your live, drop below if this is so true, right? Like, this is one of the first things we do. We're upping your price points. It's scary for a lot of entrepreneurs because they come back and say, oh my gosh, I'm going to increase my prices, Ann, but guess what? People aren't buying my lower price. How the hell am I going to get people to buy it if I increase the price? And they freak out, right? Well, that's for me to worry about, not for you to worry about, okay? I'm the marketing strategist. I'm the growth strategist. I'll show you how to do that. You don't need to worry about that. But yeah, first of all, it's probably that you're just charging too low. You're not even charging enough. Okay, the second real problem here is that you feel like you're trying all of the marketing things, but still getting objections, still getting those brain pickers or no-shows on your sales calls, which you're going to consider proof that you suck at this, right? Like if you're getting people that are booking calls with you and they just want to have like a good conversation, or they just wanted some free information, or they were hoping you could just tell them a couple things to go off and do, or they don't even show up at all, right? And they don't even let you know they're not showing up. Then you take that in as proof that you're not good at this. Your prices are too high. You need to lower your prices. Like that you're doing something wrong and that you need to do something different. You need to change it all up and try to work even more and try even more strategies and do even more and work even more, because these people that are not showing up and that are giving you objections and just picking your brain, that's the proof that you are needing to validate that that's true, which it's not, right? And all you really want is to be speaking to the right people on the damn phone, period. You just want to get buyers on the phone that are committed to their business and they're serious about reaching their goals and they are ready to make the right investment. And you want to hope that the people that you book on your calendar see you as that person that can help them, right? Like that's all we all want. So that's the next problem, is that you're trying to master too many marketing strategies. And I'll be honest with you, 90% of the marketing strategies that used to work don't even work anymore. Like literally. I cannot even tell you, almost all my clients that come to me, the people that come to me, they are doing like this big, long, like 5-page list of marketing strategies and different things they're doing. And it's like no human being can actually focus 100% on all of that in a day or a month even, or a quarter. Like who is ever going to be able to do all of that stuff and do it right, do it successfully, right? Do it 100%. It's not going to happen. So I teach my clients to focus on less. We actually cut about, 70% of their to-do list out of the way. We cut it right out. We stop doing it. We take them from working 40, 50 plus 60. I've had clients coming to me working 70, 80 hours a week and they're not even making $1,000 a month. We basically cut them down to no more than about 30 hours a week. And we get rid of over half of the things that they were doing. Like the to-do list is gone. Go burn it. It's done. And we break it down into a small handful, just a few simple, proven marketing strategies that feel good, that you know you'll stick to, that you're excited about. And those are the things you focus on to get the results that you want, not the rest of the stuff. And so that's one of the biggest problems that I see in this industry. You're trying to be masterful at all things marketing, and 98.999% of you are not marketers. So it's obviously a challenge. It's a struggle. It's really hard, right? And so cutting a lot of that junk out is going to open up a lot of space for you to get creative and excited and passionate and really get focused in your business and get results without all of this hustle and overworking, okay? So it's not about how much you do, it's how good you do the few things that you do, okay? And that's what I help my clients do, is get better at less, become masterful at less things, okay? Because a lot of people think, oh, I have to work more to make more. I have to do more to get more clients, right? I have to be marketing more in order to be seen more. And that's actually not true. And that is what I help my clients with. And then the third thing is that you're attracting the wrong people. So when you don't attract the right people into your business and you just kind of bring whoever, like if you're that person that's like, I don't care, I just want to get myself in front of billions of people, as many people as possible. I just want people to flood my Facebook group and flood my email list. And I just want as many people as I could possibly get into my circle. And then I'm just going to blast promotion out to all of them. And, you know, a numbers game says that some of them should buy, right? Well, when you are attracting the wrong people, it's going to continuously result in lack results. You're going to continuously get objections. It's going to be harder to get sales. It's going to be harder to do the marketing. You're going to get brain pickers. You're going to get no-shows. You're not going to get sales. And things already feel hard enough as it is. So why do you want to self-sabotage, right? Why do you want to make things harder than it already is in this industry to get clients, get results, have an impact, and make money? It's already hard enough, right? Like the struggle can be there. The challenges are there. It's just part of the game. It's not super, super easy, and that's why not everyone can do this, and not everyone is cut out for this. But when you hone in and you focus on less things and you get really good at those few things, one thing at a time, and you work in stages, okay, it's so much easier to get clients, make money, and you're going to look back and say, damn, that was really easy. How is it this easy? That's so crazy. Because it really is when you hone in and get focused, but you cannot make money if you are not attracting the right people. It doesn't matter how good you are at sales. I'm a sales genius. I can close almost anybody on the phone. But if I'm bringing in the wrong people, I'm not going to close. And it has nothing to do with sales. I'm great at sales. It's what I've done for more than 16 years. I do it in my business. I've done it for millionaire leaders in our industry that are very well known. It has nothing to do with sales. It's that I'm not bringing the right people in. It doesn't matter how great your offers are. The wrong person isn't going to buy your offer, right? So it doesn't really matter. Your messaging, your marketing can be spot on. But if you're talking to the wrong people, they're not going to buy it, no matter how great you sound or how good you look, okay? So these are the real problems. Now, I want to talk about the what ifs. Now, I am typically a person that's against this. I don't focus on what if. I don't entertain this because I feel like it's just a negative statement, but we're going to go there for a minute. I just want you to think about, like, what if you enroll so many clients, okay, and you still don't hit your money goals, even though you enrolled a ton of clients, and you can hardly keep up with serving them all, let alone focus on continuously growing your business. This is how most of my clients come to me, okay, is that they're either not getting any clients or they have so many they can't keep up. They have so many that they can't keep up, okay? They can't serve them all. They can't fulfill them all. They can't really get all their clients' results because they have too many clients that they're working with. And because of that, all of that time is sucked out into working with these clients that they brought on, they don't have any time to be creative. They don't have time to look at the vision of their business. They don't have time to continue growing and scaling their business. They only have time to serve the clients that they're working with. There's no room to come up for air. And this happens because of what we talked about just a minute ago, where we were talking about right here, these things right here. You're doing these three things that's resulting in this stuff right here, okay? It's not serving you. So what if you're completely exhausted with every single marketing strategy out there that you have tried, okay, and still none of them seem to be working? So definitely tell me in the comments, whether you're on live or the replay, if this is you, if you've ever experienced a moment where you're like, wow, I've literally tried all of the things. Like, I've done the things. I've done the launch. I've done the webinar, the Facebook challenges. I've done the Facebook Lives. I'm emailing my list. Damn it, I'm on social media. I'm doing everything that everybody's telling me to do. None of these things are working. I'm still not getting the right clients or any clients or enough clients. I'm still not hitting my income goals. I still don't see consistency. I'm having to hustle and work really freaking hard. Everything, I'm doing everything, and it's still not working for me. If you've experienced this, oh Lord, I've been there. It's not a fun place to be, right? It's no fun. And again, it's coming back to these problems right here. You're trying to do all of the things, and you cannot, it's not even humanly possible to master so many things at one time like this. So we got to get down to just a couple, two, three, few things that are proven strategies that you're really excited about, that work in this industry, that are going to get you the results the fastest, easiest way, that you can get behind and focus on and really become masterful at. Okay? Now, what if you hit your breaking point where if you get one more objection, one more freaking brain picker or non-serious business owner who's only interested in dabbling and wasting your time, set you over the edge? Now, I have definitely been here. This is one of the things that this was kind of my breaking point, because I had literally got to the point where this was so me. I was doing all of the things known to man. Every single marketing strategy, sales strategy out there, I was doing. Obviously not successfully. It was not enjoyable. I didn't like it. It wasn't fun. And then I hit a breaking point. I was literally at a place where I thought, you know what, if I get one more person that is not an ideal client on this damn phone with me, I am quitting. I'm done. I am so over it. I had hit such a breaking point. We had lost everything. We had sold our first home. I was over $20,000 in credit card debt. My husband was pulling 2 jobs to fund my business. And I was so stuck trying to be everything to everyone, trying to have every single offer for every single person, trying to master all the marketing strategies out there in the entire freaking world. And I was working 60, 70 hours a week. I was missing trips to Disney World with my children that I'll never be able to get back. That time is gone. I missed so much, and we lost so much. That was a breaking point for me. I had had enough. Like, something had to change. But do you really want to get to that point? If you haven't experienced that yet, it's just not a place you want to go. If you've already experienced that, or you are right now, you've got to shift it right now. You cannot continue to do that. So what if you get so sick of playing small and pricing so friggin' low so that clients will finally sign up with you, but you have a gazillion reasons why right now is not the time to raise your rates. And this is one of the things that come up quite often with my clients when they come in and they work with me, and we talk about, you know, one of the first things we're going to do is we're going to increase your prices. They get really freaked out about this. Like, they start to panic a little bit. They get really worried, and they feel like they don't have people in their community that are willing to pay more or higher prices, right? Like, they feel like they're already struggling to sell the lower end stuff, that they just don't see that it's possible to raise the rates and get clients and hit their income goals. They don't see it as possible. And so they really are tired of playing small. They are sick of it, but they're scared that if they increase their prices, that they're still going to get the same result, or possibly even lose potential clients that would have invested had the price been lower. It is such a mind F, right? It really messes with your head, but you also entertain that by saying things like, I just can't raise my prices right now because I'm new. I can't raise my prices right now. I just don't have enough testimonials to back it up. I can't right now because I don't know the benefits of working with me. I don't know what my clients really get out of working with me. And so it doesn't feel right. I just can't get behind a higher price. Or, you know what, I can't increase my prices right now. I'm not confident enough. Or my coach said not to. Or my people in my community are not going to pay that. Or my low prices are not doing it. Like, literally, there's a gazillion reasons that people come to me and say, these are the reasons, all these things of why I just can't raise my rates right now. So all of these things are going to keep you right where you are. That has to make sense to you. That has to be logical, right? Like, if you just keep doing what you're doing now, you're going to continue to get the results you're getting right now. So if you're not happy with it, if it's not serving you, if you're sick of it, if it's not working for you, you have to acknowledge that something has to change. And you can change it now, or you can change it later. That's a whole nother topic. That's up to you. But at the end of the day, something's going to have to change, right? So if you are tuning in for the first time, if you don't know who I am, if you're not familiar with me and you're here for the first time, welcome. Super excited to have you. And my name is Ann Strout. I've been where you are. I spent 3 years overworking and undercharging, and it sucked. Like I said, lost my home, had to sell our dog, $20,000 in debt, credit card debt, husband working 2 jobs to try to pay for everything. My marriage was on the verge of ending because of all of this. I was trying every marketing strategy there was, and I still could not hit $5,000 a month. I couldn't even get to $5,000 a month consistently. I don't even think I ever hit $5,000 a month, to be honest, when I was in this place, okay? And I wanted to increase my prices. I wanted to charge more, but I had so many excuses why I couldn't. So I didn't. And so I stayed right there for 3 years. So I'm sharing this because I want you to know that you don't have to stay there. If you are experiencing this, or this is something that you are not wanting to experience, I just want you to know that you can avoid this. And if you're already in it, it does not need to be this thing that you stay in for a long period of time. Like, It doesn't have, you don't have to do that. I stayed there for 3 years because I chose to. I chose to make things difficult. I chose to not get the support I needed. I chose to focus on the lack and what wasn't working. I chose to continue doing the same things over and over that did not work. I chose to try to do everything myself. That was probably one of the biggest things, is I'm like, okay, I'll just try something else. Like everything that didn't work, I just kept saying, I'm just going to try another thing. I'm going to go learn from another person. I'm going to try that. And I just kept doing that for 3 years. I would literally go from person to person to person, consuming free information, watching every free training that I could, downloading every free PDF that I could, and then trying to implement it by myself without having all the pieces. And so because of that, and because I refused to say, okay, I need to like take a breath here, I have to hit the reset button. Obviously, I'm stuck in this place and I don't know how to shift myself out of it. And so once I got to that place, once I got mentally and emotionally to the point of like a breakdown, I had had enough, I hit my breaking point, then that was when I was able to be unavailable for trying to figure shit out on my own. Because here's what I love. There's always someone smarter out there. There's always someone ahead of you. There's always someone that knows what you don't know. There's always someone that has the missing link. There's always someone that can fill that gap that you've got, right? Like there's always someone out there that you can say, hey, I need you to help me do this. And that's going to shift your business forward. And then you keep doing that. You keep investing in the people and the things that have the solutions that you yourself don't have, don't know how to do, or can't get your hands on without that help, right? There's always something. The great thing about that is that that means you can always get yourself out of a situation that's not working for you and move yourself along much faster than I did. So that is one of the reasons I'm obsessed with investing. I'm obsessed with having a coach, a mentor, accountability partners. I am like really obsessed with having support, because those things move me so much faster through the things that I set in for 3 years without really needing to do that, okay? So once you become business smart and business savvy, you understand that, hey, you know what? Maybe the money's tight, maybe it's a scary investment, maybe I'm not sure about all the things, but you know what? One thing I'm sure of, I can't do this on my own, and I know that if I make an investment and get the right support, I am gonna move forward so much faster than I'm going to if I do this by myself, or if I even try to do that. Right? Like you become smart and you get it when you hit a breaking point. You finally get it. And that's when I started creating consistent multiple 5-figure months every single month of my business. I started to break all the rules and do things my way instead of trying to be everything to everyone and trying all the marketing strategies. I wasn't available for that hustle anymore. I really wanted this to be easier. I wanted results to happen more like faster and more consistently. I just didn't want to have to be like everybody else. And so that was what, you know, creating that income and boosting my confidence allowed me to really step into who I was, bring that into my business, and stop following everybody else. Because I trusted myself and I got confident. So I didn't need to look for other people to show me the way, or I didn't feel like I needed to copy other people. I had my own message to share, right? That's the beauty of this. I also was able to change all my messaging and marketing and focuses to shift really fast. So here's the thing. Things are going to come up. Things are going to happen. You know, it can be hard. You can have challenges. Like things can happen still. But like when you have these things in place, you can just go through them a little faster. So I'm not saying, oh, do these things and like you'll never experience any trouble or challenge or obstacle. I'm not saying that your business is going to be so easy and overnight you're going to be making millions of dollars. Like, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, if you apply these things I'm teaching you today, if you actually go off and apply them, not just consume them, but become a creator. Stop being a consumer, okay? Become a creator. Take what you learn and execute it. Take what you learn and implement it, okay? So you can create the results in your business. When you do that, the things that do come up, that do show up, that do get in the way, you're going to shift through them way faster, way easier. Like they won't feel as painful. They won't feel as hard. It won't feel like such a big struggle, right? That's how you're going to start to shift faster. And now today, I fill out every group program and high-level coaching package over and over and over so that I always have guaranteed income. And it is a bold statement. I actually did a training not too long ago that was called Guaranteed Income. And I literally walked you guys through how I guarantee my income, which is a lot of what I'm teaching here today, but some other things as well. But yes, I can guarantee my income. Every single month, I can guarantee how much money I'm gonna make. So can you, if you do these things, and if you follow what feels good to you, and you're consistent, and you stop doing all these other things that we're going to talk about today that are keeping you from easily making whatever amount of money you want to make this month. Maybe you want to make more than 5 figures. That's great. I can help you do that too. I'm just saying that I can guarantee my income because of the way I've structured things in my business, and they're really, really simple. This is not rocket science, and it is not complicated. So let's talk about what it really takes in order for you to create 5 figures every single month in your business over and over and over, like rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, okay? Or even multiple 5 figures if that's what you want, okay? I help clients get to 5 figures, and then I also work with a group of clients that we're going to multiple 5 figures. So we're just taking what's working that's creating the 5 figures, and we're maximizing it to double that profit, okay? It's very simple. Again, it's not rocket science. The problem is you have to stop consuming and become a creator. If you're a consumer, then it probably looks like you just downloading free information all the time, but you don't do anything with it. Okay, that's not going to get you to 5 figures. That's actually not going to get you anywhere in your business. And so what I want you to do is I want you to consume the right information and then become a creator and go create results in your business with that information. That's the key to being successful. You can't just sit around and consume knowledge. Knowledge is only powerful if you implement it and if it creates a result for you. If it's not creating results for you, then that knowledge does no good to anybody, right? So I don't want you to become just a consumer, okay? I want you to be a creator, which means stop with the free information. Stop consuming every single thing that you see around you and then not doing anything with it. Like, what's the point? Okay, so this is what it really takes, period. This is what it's going to take for you to create 5 figures or multiple 5 figures very consistently, month after month in your business, without all the tech and the hustle and the funnels and all of that stuff, okay? And actually, when you hit like multiple 5 figures, we are talking about automation and funnels. But to get to that first 5 figures and stay there and continue doing that, you don't need to have all that. Okay, so number one, the first thing it's going to take, just write this stuff down and then go implement it. Okay, clarity. So getting really clear on what do you want, why do you want it, and by when. This way, you're not bouncing and dabbling around, throwing pasta at the wall, waiting and hoping for it to stick, and identifying buyers versus brain pickers, okay? These are the things that you've got to get clear on right away. Immediately today, right now, write it down. You've got to get clear on these things. What do you want? Why do you want it? And by when do you want it, okay? Because if you're building your business or running and operating your business off hoping and waiting and wishing, I'm okay with being the bearer of bad news. That's not going to get you to 5 figure months. Okay. It's just not. It's not going to get you to any months. Like, you're just not going to make money that way. You've got to have some clarity. Okay. And there's other things you should be clear on, but like, these are the most important things. Okay. The second thing is confidence. So you need to have confidence creating the best offers that are going to scale you to 5 figure months really fast. And also the ones that you can really get behind, okay? If you're not behind it, it isn't selling. No matter how much I believe in it, or your coach or your friend, it doesn't matter. If you're not behind your offers and the value of them, they're not gonna sell, period. And you want this to be with dreamy clients that are ready to invest right now, okay? So that fear, doubt, and urgency are out the window and you are consistently maximizing your sales. You've gotta get the confidence to get behind that. Okay, you have to believe in yourself, believe in your offers, believe in the value of your offers, and believe in what you can help your clients accomplish or experience. If you can't get behind that stuff and be really confident, I'm sorry, but it's going to be really hard for you to sell anything. All right, the third thing, consistent. You've got to be consistent. using and focusing on proven marketing strategies that not only work in an ever-evolving industry, but that you're going to stick to and enjoy, so that consistency isn't a profit blocker for you anymore, and you're not overworking, undercharging, or indulging in market mode. So we talked about this. If you're trying to do every single marketing strategy known to man, and you're trying to be everything to everybody, you are self-sabotaging. It doesn't work, okay? You got to build up authority, and you got to have like a place in this industry if you want to start to like add stuff on to what you do. But you need to be known for something first, and you don't need to be doing all the marketing strategies. You don't have to do the launch, the funnels, the automation, the Facebook ads. Like, you don't need to do all of that stuff to have 5-figure months in your coaching business. You absolutely don't even probably need to do, you need to do like a few things, 2, 3, maybe 4 things at a time that are different strategies that are actually going to work, okay? And the 4th thing is commitment. You've got to have the commitment to show up, to do what it takes, to get the support that you need, because no matter what your situation or circumstances are telling you, you've got to be committed. I can tell you right now, I've had some terrible situations going on in my personal life and even in my business, but I stayed committed to my business. My business is not a hobby. It's not like something I'm dabbling in. It's not like something that I'm like, oh, I just want to see, like, let me test it out today and see what happens. Like, I'm thinking about working today. Like, no, this is my life. Like, this is my lifeline. There's no negotiation about it. It's not optional. I don't wake up and say, maybe I'll work today. Maybe I'll think about getting a sale today. Like, no freaking way. My business, I am all in, fully committed. And that means I show up no matter what. I do what it takes no matter what. I get the support, make the investments, no freaking matter what. And here's the bottom line, guys. Like, I never have had all the money to make my investments just sitting here right now, ready and available. Never. Every investment I've made, and I make quite a few and pretty big ones, but every single investment I have made, I've had to probably find and use different ways. So like, I would use a little bit for my business, a little for my savings account, a little bit for my credit card, my husband. Sometimes I would borrow it. Sometimes I would just sell some shit. Like, literally, I've had to pull from multiple sources to make my investments happen month after month. Like, that's just the way it goes. If you think like you're going to get the money first and then you can start to make investments, I'm sorry, but not going to happen. Like, that's just not how this works. And you can ask any successful entrepreneur out there, they're going to tell you the same thing, that they've had to make investments in their business before they've even had the money to do it. And 9 out of 10, they probably have not had all the money that was needed to make the investment right out of the gate. They had to find ways to make it happen. Okay. But that's commitment. That's you saying, I'm committed either way. I'll find a way. I don't have it, but I'm going to go find it. Like, it's not a negotiable thing. I'm going to do it no matter what. So you've got to have that skin in the game. You have to have that commitment. You can't say, oh, I'm going to run a business. I'm going to be an expert. I'm going to ask people to make investments in me, but I'm not going to make no investments. I'm not making any investments until I have this many clients and I'm making this much money. Like, good luck to you. Good luck. It's not going to happen. Nobody does that. No one's that fortunate. Okay, so here's a little disclaimer. I can never promise or guarantee that you're going to get results from what I'm going to teach you today, but I will say this. I can guarantee that you will not get any results if you continue to not take your business seriously and you allow your business to just be a hobby that takes up your time, makes you feel insecure, and produces 0 results. And what I teach only works if you go off and work it, okay? Let's dive in. Profit blocker number 1. Here's the first thing that's blocking you from making money, is that you're saying, where do I start? How do I know what things to focus on first? Let's dive into it. Step number 1, identify your immediate goals. So a lot of entrepreneurs that I work with and that I bring into my communities are focused on just the long game. They're focused on like the big vision, the overarching like big goal. Like they're looking at the big scheme of things. So there's nothing wrong with that. And in fact, you should be doing that. But at the same time, you need to be looking at your immediate goals, okay? You can't just dive into business and say, oh my God, okay, I want to be on Oprah's magazine. I want to make $1 million. Let's do it right now today. Like, no, not going to happen. Like, it's just not that way, guys, okay? So what you want to do is identify the immediate goals that are going to get you some results in your business today, like yesterday, that's going to get you clients, that's going to make you money, that's going to move your business forward. You've got to get that in place. You've got to get foundations in place. There are things that you need in order for you to even get that kind, you know, to 100,000 a year or $1 million or whatever you're trying to do. You start at ground zero, like the rest of the world. Okay, so you want to figure out what are your immediate goals, okay, and then from there, as you grow from that, you can advance, but you start here. So what do you want to do right now? Right now. Do you want to launch a course? Do you want to fill a group program? Do you want to grow your list by 1,000 people? Do you want to get 5 sales? Do you want to fill your calendar with sales calls? Do you just want more authority in the industry? Do you want to be an authority leader? Do you want to hire a VA? Do you want to hire a coach? What do you want right now? What is the thing that you want so bad, you're ready to do whatever it takes to make it happen right now? You have to be realistic and start where you're at. So short-term goals are not your long-term vision, okay? A lot of people say, yeah, but that's not my big vision, Ann. I want to have like automation and scalability. Well, you got to start here first. You don't just get that stuff. You've got to work to it, right? You got to be working towards it. So your short-term goals are not your long-term vision. Your short-term goals are only the steps that are leading you to that long-term vision. So you can take any steps you'd like. There's no right or wrong way. You can take all kinds of paths and steps to get to the long-term vision, but you've got to do the short-term stuff first. Those are the things that lead you to the bigger picture, the bigger vision, okay? Profit blocker number 2. Let me know, guys, in the comments your takeaways, and let me know your questions. Let me know what you're thinking as we go through this. Okay, profit blocker number 2. Where do I find buyers, and how long is this going to take? This is another thing that comes up a lot. A lot of people that come to me don't know where to find their clients, or AKA buyers, and they're not sure how long it's going to take. They think it's going to take so long to get to like 5,000, 10,000, 15, 20,000. Like they think it takes so long. All right, step number 2. You've got to look at low-hanging fruit. So remember, we got to get your short-term results happening before we can focus on the long-term vision. So that means you might not have a lot to work with. So you've got to look at low-hanging fruit first. Not forever, just first. What do you already have in place to support the goals that you just said you wanted to reach? What is already available to you? Stop trying to get more and more and more and more and more stuff. Focus on what you've got right in front of you right now, okay? And then what is the fastest, easiest way to hit your money goals? Okay, a lot of people take the long way around, and it's just like, it's pointless. You don't need to do that. It's unnecessary. You have buyers in your backyard, okay, like right now. Right now, you've got buyers in your backyard. No joke. Instead of always chasing down new clients or looking for new leads or trying to build your list bigger or add more people to your Facebook group, why don't you start tapping into the ones that you already have right at your fingertips? That's your low-hanging fruit. Start there. You can evolve and grow from that place. That's where you got to start, though, okay? All right, profit blocker number 3. What do I sell? How do I know it's going to sell? And what if no one wants it? These are good questions. These are good questions, but if you're so focused on this stuff, it's going to block your profit. So step number 3, you want to craft 1 to 3 sellable offers. Now, we're not talking about creating, right? You don't need to go off and create these offers. As long as you have the vision, the idea of them, as long as you know enough about them to sell them, that is all we're doing here. We're not going into like, I'm going to go off and spend the next week creating. We're not doing that. That's not going to make you money. Creating stuff does not equal income, okay? Creating stuff does not equal sales. It's not about that. So when it comes to crafting 1 to 3 sellable offers, you want to be looking at what is the first next step for your clients. And you want this to be the highest ticket offer you have. Then what is the next step for your clients? So maybe this is the next step before your high ticket offer. This is a middle ticket offer. This is something that, is for someone that's not quite ready for the high ticket offer. Okay, so you have a high ticket and middle. Then what is another way for your clients? This is a low ticket offer or maybe a downsell. So people that can't come in to your high ticket or your middle ticket, well, what is another way for them to work with you? Okay, these are things you want to be looking at. It's called stacking your offers, guys. How can you create offers that are stackable and lead to your core offer? So another mistake I see is a lot of entrepreneurs will focus on one offer because that's what you've been taught, it's what you've been told. I get it. You focus on one offer. And now it's the only way that everybody can work with you. Well, guess what? Not everybody wants to work with you in that manner. And if we're being honest, you probably don't want to work with everyone in that way either, right? So you've got to stack your offers. You need more than one offer, but here's the key mistake that most people make. Their offers don't make sense with one another. And so what happens is you bring people into this lower ticket offer because that's where they wanted to start, maybe the low ticket or the downsell. And then your downsell doesn't make sense with your middle or your high ticket offer. So you can't actually move your buyer from a low ticket to the middle or to the high. So what happens is you're constantly having to chase clients because the people that you're bringing in, they're not being primed to continue to work with you. Biggest mistake entrepreneurs are making. When you stack your offers, you want them to make sense with one another. You want it to be like the next step. You start here, this will prime you for this step. Then this step will prime you for the next step and so forth. And you go up higher and higher and higher with them until it doesn't make sense to work together anymore. So you have to be stacking offers, but you have to stack them in a way that makes sense with one another so that you can continue to have a higher retention rate and you can continue to bring clients through your different programs, your different offers, your services over and over, one step at a time. Okay, this is how you don't always have to be like client chasing. So how can each of your offers, step by step, get your client from point A to point B, lead in from one offer to the next? So when I say stack offers, it's not about throwing like random offers out there. You're not just like creating random shit and saying, here, buy this. It's about stacking them in a way that makes sense for one another so that your clients can go through them one offer at a time, one step at a time. They can work in this offer with you, get some results, come into the next one, get those results, and continue to grow their business and results working with you in different offers, okay? That's how you want to pull this together. So by stacking offers and having more than one way for people to work with you, not only maximizes your sales and minimizes your effort, but you're creating a container for clients to continue to work with you. 95% of my clients continue working with me. I have a really high retention rate. Most of the programs, both my lower, my middle, and even my higher, like my year-long high-level mastermind program, 98% of my programs fill with previous clients. It's clients that are like working with me in this one way, and they want to come into this next way. And they're willing to pay more because they want to continue working with me. And they want to continue to get bigger results and bigger results one step at a time. And so I create my offers in that way, and then I can just keep working with my clients. And while I'm working with those clients, I'm activating new clients through other ways, okay? So I don't have a shortage, right? Like right now, I have filled my year-long program, my coaching program, Momentum. I filled it. I have clients in a year-long program with me, okay? That's full for a whole year. And then I have my 6-month program that is almost full. We only have a few spots left, so that's almost full for the next 6 months. And then I have other like new leads being primed for these offers through lower ticket stuff and through good value, right? But financially, I'm secure for the next year because I have set and stacked my offers that way. It makes sense. People that are coming into my 6-month program, their next step is going to be my year-long program. So the next time I open up my year-long program, it's going to be filled automatically with buyers that I already have. If you're not stacking your offers that way, then you're just always going to be chasing down clients. It's just chaos. All right, profit blocker number 4. How do I book sales? How do I get the right people on calls? And how do I do this without being salesy or spammy? This is a pretty hot topic right here because a lot of people, a lot's changing on the internet in terms of like being able to go into groups and market and promote, and people really aren't reacting to like salesy, spammy, markety, pitchy type of stuff anymore. So if people see you just like promoting and pitching and you're doing it in such a salesy, like yucky and markety, desperate way, like no one's buying into that anymore. So it makes it even harder, right? Or it feels harder, but it's actually not. So let's talk about this. Step number 4, you've got to focus on booking sales calls. So number 1, you want to stack your solution-based offers. Okay, another part of stacking those offers, the way we just talked about, is making sure they produce a solution, that they actually offer a solution that to the problem that your clients are having, so it makes sense for them. Okay, that's number 1. The second thing is that you want to have more than one way for people to work with you, because that's how you're going to maximize your sales. Not everyone wants to come into my year-long program. Not everyone's ready for that. Not everyone is ready for the 6-month program. Some people want the year, not the 6. Not everyone is ready to work with you in a certain way, so you want to have a few options for people. The other thing is focus on one offer at a time. Now, you're probably saying, wait a minute, you just said to stack my offers. Yes. Here's what I want to say about this. When you're stacking your offers and you have more than one way for people to work with you, that doesn't mean that you send out an email to your list and say, hey, I've got 3 different offers. Which one do you want? Hey, I'm going to go on my Facebook group. Guys, I have 3 offers. Which one do you want? I'm not saying to do that because that's not really effective. It's a little salesy, a little desperate, a little pitchy, marketing. It just doesn't work. What I'm saying is on sales calls specifically, stack your offers. So when you get on a sales call, you can present the offer that makes sense for them. And if they object to that for whatever reason, or they just don't want to go into that, you have 2 other offers that you can present to them. You start with your highest, you work your way down. It's very simple. It's how I close literally 100% of my calls, because I have more than one way for people to work with me. But I don't throw that out in my emails. I don't throw all those offers out in my social media. I do it on sales calls, because when you get someone on a call with you, it really is the fastest, easiest way to close someone into a high ticket, because you can have an actual conversation, you can build a know, like, and trust, and you as the expert can actually identify what the real problem is that they're having and what they really need help with. And then you can look at your stacked offers and you can present the one that makes the most sense for them. And then it's going to be so easy for you to talk about why this is their next best step. Because you've had that conversation, you've asked the questions, you've got the information from them. Versus like, when you're sending out an email and you're just blasting it to everybody, you don't really know what every single one of your leads' problem is. You don't know what every person in your Facebook group is struggling with. Like, you don't know what the thing is that they're willing to pay for right now without having that conversation. You don't know that unless you ask them, right? Okay, so the next thing is you want to customize your conversations to make it an easy yes. There's nothing more that drives me crazy than to see a really ambitious, inspired, amazing creative entrepreneur booking up a bunch of calls in her calendar and then being so upset and beating herself up because they didn't show up, or they said yes and then went MIA, or they got on the phone and gave a ton of money objections, or they just said, made an excuse and then just got off the phone and nothing happened with it. There's nothing worse than that feeling as an entrepreneur. And I was there, so I totally know how that feels. It really does not feel good to put all that time and energy, get so excited and see people booking calls with you and thinking, oh my gosh, like these people want my help. This is amazing. I can't wait. Like I'm finally going to make money in my business and help people. And then those people don't show up, or they give you these money objections. And it's like, what happened? And then you're sitting there not knowing why that's happening. You don't know how to handle it. You don't know what to do about it. And it doesn't really give you confidence to keep going. It doesn't really build your confidence up to continue booking sales calls. So I want you to customize your conversations so that it's a really easy yes for your clients, your potential clients. And so that it makes it easy for you to help get them to that yes as well, okay? And then the other thing when it comes to booking calls is to not focus on booking calls from a place of needing to book calls. I see this a lot. Oh my gosh, I did this too. I have a lot of people actually that do this. My clients, people in my community, I did it, is that we're like, oh my God, I need sales. Oh my God, the bills are due, the rent's due. I lost a client. Someone backed out. Like, oh my God, I was counting on this sale. It didn't happen. Oh my God, like we're in like total reaction mode. And we're like, I gotta book calls. I gotta get so many people on my calendar. Oh my God, I gotta do this to make the sales, right? And then we go into this very desperate, I need to book calls. Not I want to, but I have to. Like my bills are due, right? Like this person backed out and I was really counting on that. Now I'm screwed and I've got to book these calls. But when you're doing that, you're coming from that really negative urgency place of like, oh my God, I'm desperate right now. I'm in a really bad spot. I have to book calls and get some clients. So what I want you to do instead is to focus on serving and getting your amazing solution in front of everyone that you possibly can. Because when you go with that energy, it's an energy that's really in integrity. It's true for you and it's honest. And the energy that comes with that is one that other people are attracted to. No one loves to see someone come on and say, oh my God, buy my thing, buy my thing, buy my thing. Okay, I'm gonna lower the price. Guess what? I lowered it, buy it. Like nobody likes to see that. They're not gonna buy your stuff. It doesn't feel good. But when you're really truly coming from a place of, look, I'm not desperate, I'm not attached, I don't need this sale. I want this sale because I want to help people. I want to have an impact. And yes, of course, I want to get paid really good for that. But I'm doing this because I want to do it. I'm doing it because I'm passionate about what I do. That's the place you want to come from because people are attracted to that, okay? The other thing is that you're going to get what you put out. So if you're going to be putting out this desperate, very needy type of negative energy, you're just going to get that back in return. And whether you believe in that stuff or not, go try it. That's what I would say. Go try it, you'll see. That's what you're going to get. You are going to get what you put out, period. There's no way around it. So you want to be coming from a good energy. You want to come from the right energy. And plus, you just want your marketing to feel good. You want to be 90 to 95% really happy in your business. Like 90 to 95% of the things you do and focus on should feel good. You should be excited about. They shouldn't feel like, oh, I have to do this, or, oh my God, this sucks, or God, this doesn't produce results, and oh, I hate doing it. Like that type of energy, you cannot run a successful business with that energy. It doesn't feel good, it doesn't work, so you want to shift that. And then the other thing too, you're only extending an invitation. My clients love it when I say that because it just gives you another perspective, another way to look at sales. So instead of looking at sales as like, buy this, you're looking at it as like, hey, I hear that you have this problem and I actually have a solution. Like I actually know how to help you through that problem, right? Here's an invitation to talk about working together. And that's it. They can choose yes or no. You're not like putting guns to nobody's head. You're not twisting nobody's arm. You're not forcing them. You're not like being sleazy about it and telling them, hey, if you don't do it, this is what's going to happen. No, you're simply extending an invitation for them to get their problem solved. And it's up to them if they want to do it or not. And when you come from that place, it feels really good to sell. It feels really good to give people an opportunity to get the help that they want and that they need. It actually feels good to do that, right? But if you're coming from a different place, it does not feel good. It feels desperate. It feels yucky. It feels like we're pushing our stuff on people. That doesn't feel good, right? You want to not be attached to outcomes so much. That's one of the things I work with my clients pretty extensively on in all of my programs is unattaching from outcomes. Stop being so in control and attached and just trust things more and allow things to flow. And you'll see that things shift very quickly, very naturally for you in a positive way. So when you're booking sales calls, I want you to remember, you're not doing anything to anyone. You're not doing anything bad to people. You're doing something for them. You have a solution that they need, and it would be out of integrity for you to not share that. You know, that would be so wrong for you to say, oh my gosh, they have this problem, they're looking for help. And guess what? I could actually help them. I have the solution, but I'm just not going to do it because it just, you know, I don't want to be pitchy. I don't want to be salesy. I don't want to push my stuff on them. Or because you're making sales all about yourself and you're thinking about your own drama. Get out of your head. Get out of your own way. Sales isn't about you. It's about somebody else. It's about you having a solution to a problem that somebody's looking for that solution. They want to solve that problem and you're able to do it. Just extend the invitation and then let go of it. Release it. Don't sit and hover over it and be attached and freak out and be in reaction mode. Extend the invitation and then release yourself. Move on with your day. Profit blocker number 5. How do I invite people? What if I don't know the benefits of working with me? What if I don't know who my offer is for? These are other common questions that come up with my clients and in my industry and things that I can relate to. These were the same, I guess, questions that I had or concerns that I had. So let's talk about it. So step number 5 is the right messaging. So first of all, you want to focus on your end goal, okay? Those immediate goals we just talked about. And you want to look at what do you really want your clients to experience with you. I don't really know a lot of people that actually have that in mind. As sad as that is, I actually don't know a lot of people that want their clients to have a very specific experience with them. That is actually the only thing I'm attached to, is the experience that people have with me on a sales call, on a collaboration call, on a client call, on all levels. I'm very much attached to the experience that people have with me because I want it to be something that is unforgettable. I want it to be something they have not previously or ever experienced with anybody else. And actually, I want it to be something they never experienced with anybody else, so that I'm always in the back of their mind, okay? So you have to think about your messaging from a place of what do you want for your clients? What do you truly want them to experience? The other thing is we all started at ground zero. Every single one of us. It's just how it is. And so you want to start where you're at. A lot of entrepreneurs come to me and say, oh, I'm just so upset. I should be further than this by now. I should be further along. I'm upset that I've made all these investments and didn't implement the work. I'm upset about all this stuff in the past and that it should be and could be and would be. And you just have to get at a place where you accept, okay, you know what? This is where I'm at right now. So this is what it is. Let's look at what I need to do to just move myself to the next step. Stop focusing on what could have been, should have been, would have been, and all the past stuff. Stop trying to move yourself at some faster pace, because the most important learning curves and experiences are in the journey. It's in those things that lead you from one step to the other. You don't want to miss that stuff. You don't want to avoid it. You don't want to try to eliminate it. That's your learning. That's where you learn and grow. So you actually want to go through it. And I always say the only way through all of this is actually through it. So I want you to go through those things. Be like, okay, you know what? As of today, I accept it. This is where I'm at. I'm at $1,000 a month and I'm trying to get to 20. I need to chill out and I need to just look at what's the next step to just go from 1,000 to maybe 2,000, or from 1,000 to 3,000, right? Like, or 1,000 to 1,500, like anything that's going to show that I'm making some progress, and just one step at a time. There's nothing to rush to, okay? The other thing is extend the right invitation. Okay, if you want to get the right people on the phone, give them the right solution. You know, again, this really goes back to, like, not everyone is going to want your one specific offer. So that's why, you know, you want to be looking at the people that you're considering working with and really identifying what is their next step and put the right thing in front of them. Okay, give them the right invitation. Don't invite people to a sales call and call it a free strategy call. Because people aren't showing up on that call with any intention or expectation of buy-in. It's just a free call, right? Don't invite someone to a sales call and call it a coaching call if you don't want to go into coaching, which you should not be on a sales call. So again, extend the right invitation, have the right intentions, and know exactly what you want them to experience. It's clarity, guys. It's facts and it's clarity. It's very simple, basic stuff. The next thing is focus on your benefits, not your features and not how great you are, because people aren't buying that. People want to know, what am I walking away with? How are you going to get me to this result right here that I said I want and that I'm paying you for? How are you going to do that specifically? What is in this for me? I need to know before I make the investment. If you don't know those things, you've got to take some time to figure them out. You've got to sit down and you've got to think about, what is this offer you're putting in front of them, and how step by step are you getting them to this result? What things do you need to do to get them there? If you don't know that, you're going to need to get some help to craft it, because that's what they're buying. They're not buying the 45-minute sessions. They're not buying the 6 months with you. They're not buying the boxers. They're not buying the modules. They're not buying your audio calls. They're buying the transformation from those things, okay? They're not investing in you, okay? They're investing in themselves. They're investing in the outcome they want through you. So the only way you're going to get people to buy, especially high-end clients and a high-end offer, okay, is to make sure you are clear on the benefits of working with you, and that then you can turn around and articulate that to your potential buyers of why this is for them, why they should invest in you right now, and what they're going to get from this. How are you going to bring them from point A to point B? If you can't show them that, they're going to have resistance, they're going to have doubts, and they're going to go look somewhere else, because that's what they're buying, okay? The other thing is, you've got to speak clearly. You need to speak to the person you want to work with, the person that needs to hear you in order to buy from you, okay? If you're not speaking clearly and you're a different person every day and you're up and down and dabbling and all over the place, and you show up one week and then you're gone for 2 months and then you're back, and one day you have your coach, the next day, you know, you're a psychotherapist, and if you're all over the place, you're not speaking clearly. And that means that you're just confused, you don't have the clarity you need, you don't have the goals mapped out, you don't know what you're doing, you're going all over the place, up and down, all around, and nobody really understands who you are and what you do and how you can help them. That is going to produce lack results. So you've got to get these things clear. The next thing when it comes to your messaging is setting clear expectations. And you want to do this in your messaging and also, again, on your sales calls. Let people know what to expect and make sure you're on the same page. I don't want to see you guys wasting time on sales calls with people that don't have any intention of buying from you. They don't want what you're offering. They don't need it. They're not really committed. They're not all in just yet. So even if they have the money, they're not going to make the investment. Those are not the people you want to speak to. So you've got to have some clear expectations. The other thing is who it's for and who it's not for. So in your offers, in your invitations to work with you or to speak with you about working together, in the invitation, you've got to let people know who this is for and who it is not for. That's going to help kind of weed through people, and it's just going to, you know, it's going to avoid you wasting time or wasting other people's time. So just let people know, here's who this is for and here's who it's not for in your invitation. Your invitation might be on a Facebook Live, it might be in an email, it might be on a webinar, a Facebook challenge. I don't care how you do it, but people need to know if this is for them or not and why, okay? So be clear about that so that you don't get the wrong people on your calls. You need to focus on where you're at. If you're never or just getting started, so maybe you're newer, or you're just getting started, or maybe you've been doing this, but you're switching your niche or your business model, you need to accept where you're at and then just start right there. Start where you're at. Focus on one person you can help with one next first step, okay? Just help them with their next step, and then from there you can gradually advance and move on from there, okay? So the final profit blocker is number 6. How to get the right people on calls, how to get a yes. What if they don't buy? These are the next things that come up that are just blocking you from getting results. Some of this we kind of just talked about, but let's go into it. So number one, get the right people on your calls. So when you create and stack your offers, typically like each of your offers are going to be for different people. So I'll give you an example. I'll give you my 3 offers. I have more than this, but let me give you 3 to show you my stacked offers and like how they're right for some people and not right for others. All right, number 1, I have my high-end mastermind. So this is my Momentum Mastermind program. It is 1 year long. It's definitely higher priced. You're looking at like 20 grand for the year. It's high level. It's the most access to me ever. It's got more access than any one-on-one coaching program could ever provide. There's so much involved in it, and it's for entrepreneurs that want to go to multiple 5 figures, multiple 6 figures in their business. And they want to do that with automation, delegation, scalability, okay? So faster, easier results with less effort. That is not for everybody, right? That is not a program that's for everybody. So I have that as my highest offer, but it's not for everyone. You got to get clear on who it's for. My second offer is the Sales Rebel Unleashed, which is my 6-month group coaching program. And this is a program I've been running for about 4 years now. And this program is for like a newer entrepreneur or an established one that's just not hitting consistent 5-figure months. They want to hit those 5-figure months consistently, and they need certain things in place to do that, right? So that would not be for people that are already making a consistent 5-figure month or more, right? Like they wouldn't come into that. They would go into probably Momentum, the year-long mastermind. And then I have, like courses. So I have low-ticket automated courses that people can go into that lead into my 6-month or my year-long program. I also have a VIP or mini VIP day. That's like the third offer that's a little bit lower, where people can get a half a day or a full day with me, where we just focus on one thing, where we focus on, if it's a full day, we focus on more. We focus on, their niche clarity, their marketing strategies, their daily action steps, and some accountability, right? A half a day is we focus on one thing. So depending on where someone is at in their business, those offers would not make sense all of them would not make sense, right? But one offer leads to the next. And depending on who comes on a call with me, they're going to go into the offer that makes sense for where they're at right now and where they're trying to go next. And also what they're willing to do. So I always ask my potential clients when we're on a sales call, I always ask them, what are you willing to do to make that happen? How important is it for you to make this happen? Because if you can't identify their urgency, then you really risk going through your whole sales call and the call going really great, but then you get to the end and like, yeah, this sounds perfect. I'm just not ready right now, or this just isn't like a priority for me right now. You want to know that at the beginning of the call, or even before you get them on a call, not at the end of it when you've gone through your whole sales speech. So again, you just have to be a little more strategic with the things that you're doing is all. It's like some simple shifts. Okay, the next thing is identify that they're in fact the right people. So you're going to get people that are like, oh yeah, I can make the investment. Oh yeah, I have that problem. You can solve that. Great. But that's not enough. You also have to know their commitment level. Are they willing to do what it's going to take to get those results? Are they responsible and independent? Are they really committed to their business? If you don't figure these things out, you really risk signing on clients. And I'm sure if you have worked with clients, you've experienced this where you brought on the wrong people. They've made the investment, they become a pain in the ass. They become that client that you're like, I never want any more of those, right? And it's not a judgment, it's just not for you, right? I've had plenty of those where I'm like, nope. And now, 16 years later, I can point them right out before we ever get on a call together. I can tell if it's a client or not, or if it's someone I want to work with. Or I could say, I would work with them in this capacity, but not this capacity, right? So like I've had clients that said, oh my God, Ann, I want to invest in your year-long program. I'm ready for that. I want to invest in that. And I got the money right now. Let's do it. And when we're talking, I realize I do have the problems I can solve, but there's other things that come up where I'm like, I don't think I want to spend a year with that person, right? Like, I don't actually think I want to work at that level with that person. So even though they appear to be an ideal client and they're willing to make the investment and they have a problem I can solve, does not mean I want to work with them, right? Or that particular program is the best solution for them, because maybe I don't want to work with that person for a whole year. So maybe I would move them into something else that's still going to help them achieve the results, but like it's going to be at a different level because maybe less access to me or something, right? So again, identify the right people. It's not just about who's willing to pay and who has the problem I can solve. There's so much more to it if you don't want to sign clients that are a pain in the ass, that are not the type of clients you want to work with. You have to be thinking about that. The other thing for me, I also don't like to bring a client into like a high level program that has a lot of access to me if they are kind of really needy. And I say that because if I bring them into one of my offers, like my year-long mastermind that has unlimited, it's so much access to me, it's ridiculous. If I bring an entrepreneur into that that's super needy, they're going to take up all of my time and I'm not going to have time for my other clients, right? So you wouldn't want to give someone too much access to you if you feel like, oh, this client could really drain my energy. This client could really suck up a lot of my time. This client's super needy, needs a lot of hand-holding, like no independence to go off and do any of the things I'm telling her. Like she just wants me to hold her hand and do it with her. You have to be thinking and considering this stuff. So get in behind who your ideal client really is. And when you're having sales conversations or having them, like you should have a pre-qualification process in place so you can kind of screen people. But as you do that, really looking at like, do I really want them in this program? Or do I want to work with them? And if I do, in what offer? Because you have to be looking at that stuff. And then the next thing is to focus on the problem, solution, and the invitation. All that you need to do when it comes to sales is focus on the problem that your ideal client is having that they want to go away. They're going to have a lot of problems, but you have to identify the one that they want to disappear, because that's the one they're willing to pay to make go away. Big difference. I have a lot of problems. I'm not willing to solve them all right now, and I'm not willing to invest in solving them all right now. Maybe one or two of them. So again, it's identifying what are those. And then focus on the solution. So how, specifically step by step, are you going to walk them through solving that problem to get the end result they want? And then just give the invitation. You extend an invitation for them to come work with you in whatever capacity to solve that problem. Okay? That's all you're doing. After that, you release it and let them make the decision. That's up to them. You're just saying, hey, do you want to do this or not? Like, you're not holding anything over them. You're not threatening them or trying to manipulate. It's like, okay, you have that problem. Here's how I can help you solve it. Are you interested? Yes or no? And they get to choose. Maybe they are, or maybe they're not. Maybe they are, but they have some reservations. Then you can continue to work with them through those things or hold space to keep the conversation going. But other than that, you're simply extending an invitation. It's up to them to choose. So sales is not about you. It is about, it's not about you convincing. I see people using these words and it makes me cringe. People will join my group and one of the responses they'll say is, how do I convince people to buy my stuff? How do I get people to buy my services? How do I make people buy my stuff? And I'm like, oh my gosh, why are you using those words? Because sales isn't about you convincing or getting or making or manipulating anybody into doing anything. That does not feel good. And honestly, it's really out of integrity. It's a really bad place to come from. So I don't recommend you do that. Your job is really simple. Share your solution, show them how you can help them get to the next outcome that they want, and then extend the invitation to speak with you about it. They decide. You release everything at that point. You don't need to have attachment. You don't need to hover over them. You don't need to go like run through your house and freak out and panic. Are they going to buy or not? Like, just chill out, release it, let them decide. Sometimes they'll do that right on the call with you. Sometimes they need some space. Sometimes they're going to go off and think about it and come back. Sometimes they're going to go off and never come back. It all just depends on everything we're talking about on this call. If you're doing these things, If you're doing these things and you're doing them consistently and you're doing them right, you will get the right folks on the phone. The people that say, great, I'm in, what's the next step? And they'll give you those, you can take payment or deposit right there on the call, or they'll say, yep, send me the link and I'll stay on the phone with you till I get it and I'll sign up right now. And that's how my calls go. Either they sign up right there, I take their payment, or I send them a link while I'm on the phone with them and they sign up right there. That's how my sales calls go, because of the way that I qualify people and the way that I invite people to come get on the phone with me. It is not for people just looking to pick my brain or that are not ready to actually get results in their business. Like, I don't actually get on the phone with anyone like that. It's just not gonna, you're not gonna get my time if that's who you are. It's not gonna happen. And that's not a judgment. It's just like, you know, my time is valuable. I only have so much of it, and I want to give it to the people that they're not playing around. Like, they're serious, they're committed. And so you have to actually step into that as well. You want to step into that, not this, oh, desperate, I'll just get on the phone with whoever, and then bitch and gripe later that you get in a bunch of brain pickers and no-shows and people that are just sucking your time with absolutely no intention to buy from you, and then complain about it. It's a simple solution. You just need to fill that gap and stop doing that. So I want you to focus on master and less. It's all going to start with a clear message, and your message dictates who you attract every time. So if you're putting out a message that is speaking to brain pickers, you're going to get brain pickers, okay? It is all in the messaging. Number two, have some standards. Have a pre-qualification process in place. Have some requirements to work with you, meaning you're not just going to work with any Yahoo that comes around. You're not just going to take on every Tom, Dick, and Harry just to prove that you can do this or just to fill your calendar. You want to get the right people on your calendar and on the phone with you. And I want you to demand, going forward, dreamy buyers only, okay? Don't be available for those that aren't ready. Move on to the ones that are, because those are the people trying to find you. The people that are ready to move their business forward, to solve a problem, to get the next result, those people that are really committed and ready are willing to make an investment, and they're looking online. They're trying to find the sign that this is your coach, or this is your mentor, or this is your next step. They're on there trying to find that person where it's just going to click. Oh my God, this is the one. This is the thing that I need, or this is the help I've been looking for, or oh my God, you know what? This is speaking to me. This is my next step. Those people are looking for you, but they cannot find you if you're not speaking to them and you're making yourself available for people that want to waste your time. The fourth thing is you got to identify your buyer's urgency, their commitment, and their readiness before getting them on the phone. Just because somebody is willing to pay you and has a problem you solve doesn't mean they're a great client that you want to work with, okay? You want to identify this stuff before you get them on the call. And you definitely want to identify their urgency, meaning that how much, like how badly and how ready are they to solve that problem? Like, is it something they want to solve today? Is it something that can wait 6 months? Is it something that, you know, they're kind of thinking about, but it's not a priority? Are they ready to do the things, the work, the actual work and commitment it's going to take to get the results that they're saying they want? That is a big, big, big deal. And that's a deal breaker for me. I've had many people come into my programs and they don't do shit. I'm just going to be straight up honest. They don't do anything. I don't know what they expected. They made the investment, they came into the program, and then they were gone. And I don't know if they expected me to come to their house and do it for them or like what, but it's very common to get people who invest in things and then they just don't show up, or they do a couple things and then give up, or they just don't do anything, or they're in and out, or they come up with too many excuses as to why they can't do any of the stuff that they got to do to get the results. And you don't want to work with those people because it's a reflection back on you, and it's a waste of time. Like, they're taking up a spot that could be for a great client, and they're coming in and wasting your time, your genius, your coaching, your support that you're giving them. They're not even taking advantage of it, completely wasting it. You don't want clients like that, okay? You want to put all your focus when it comes to your messaging on storytelling and serving. These are the ways in this industry today that you're going to get people's attention that you're going to create that know, like, and trust, and that you're going to be able to activate buyers. If you're just doing like some marketing type of content, not going to work in this industry anymore. You've got to be vulnerable. You've got to be real. You've got to be you. You've got to start bringing your story, your life experience, who you really are into your business. And then just show up to serve people through sharing your life story, your experience, your passions. That's how you're going to get sales in this industry today. Okay. Market mode is unnecessary. There's really 3 things I teach my clients, literally 3 things we do every day in my mastermind. We have 3 goals, and it's daily visibility, daily value, and daily asks. So these are the only 3 things my clients focus on in their business. Daily visibility is just choosing how are you going to be visible today, and you get to choose. It can be webinar, it can be a live, it can be posts, it can be an email, it can be whatever you'd like today. Then, how are you going to give value today? How do you choose to give value today? It can be a webinar, it can be a free PDF, it can be some Q&A, whatever you want it to be. And then 3, how will you choose to extend an invitation today? It could be in a PS section of an email, it could be in the comments of a Facebook Live or the description, it could be in the live. It could be from your webinar, it could be posts, it could be outreach. I don't care how you do it. And that's the beauty of this, is that my clients don't have to do anything they don't want to do. They choose how they're going to show up in their business, how they're going to give value and build that relationship with people, and how they're going to get sales. They get to choose all of it. And that's so much fun, right? So here's what you need to hear from this. It's not, okay, so how you do these things is not as important as how often you do them. The consistency is the key. So I have my clients do these 3 things every day, every day that they're working in their business. Every day they do these 3 things, and I don't care how they do them. It can look different every day, but they have to do them every day. And that is what gets you to 5-figure and multiple 5-figure months consistently, month after month, because you're really doing the same things. You might use different strategies in different ways, but you're doing the same things every single day. You're so consistent. And most of the people that come to me and they sign on and work with me, they're like, wait a minute, I'm going to throw my to-do list away and just do these 3 things right here. That's it. Like, I'm literally just doing these 3 things every day and I'm done. And that's it. Anything you do after these 3 things is just your choice. It's just additional. But these are the only 3 things you have to be doing every day. Now, doing them consistently and doing the right things is what's key here, okay? But this is really what it takes. This is it. You don't need to do all the other stuff. You don't need the funnels. You don't need automation right now. You don't need Facebook ads. I've built my entire email list and community for free. I've been in business 16 years. I've never had to run Facebook ads for any of it. I've done it all organically for free. And I've enjoyed it. I get proven buyers that way because I built relationships and I know who they are, and I only bring in people I want to work with. So I'm not bringing in, Facebook ad random leads from who knows who. Like, I'm bringing in like buyers. So, and I'm building relationships at the same time, which is great. So, how you do it, it's up to you. You get to choose. I definitely have strategies that work and that are much faster and easier that you might not know about. But listen, like, this is how simple running your business and hitting 5 figures consistently month after month and then multiplying that this is how simple it can be. So there is an unlimited amount of clients and money for you online. And here's the beauty. You've got access to all of it every single day for free, guys. Like, ladies, for free. You don't even have to pay for this stuff. I'm not talking about any sort of paid traffic. This is all free stuff, okay? So for this to work for you, here's what you must have, okay? For these steps to actually work, I mean, assuming, and I'm not usually an assumer, but assuming you're not just a consumer and you're gonna go like actually implement what you learn, then you must have a desire and urgency that's bigger than any and all of your fears. Because here's the thing. I'm scared every day, right? Like, every time my team says, increase your price. Every time my intuition says, up your price. Or anytime I switch my business model. Or anytime, like, I create a new offer I've never sold before, I've never offered, and I put it out there, anytime we're up leveling, anytime we're doing anything new, I'm freaked out. However, I still take action. I still do what needs to be done. I do whatever it takes because I'm committed, right? Like my business is our lifeline. It's how we eat. It's how we live. It's how I help people. It's how I have an impact. It's how I give back. So my business isn't an optional thing. I don't just wake up day to day and say, I wonder what I'll do today, or maybe I'll work in my business. Like, this is my life. Like, my business is not a hobby. And so for me, I have fears, but I can work through them and still continue to take action even through the fear, because my urgency for the work that I'm doing is so much bigger than the fears that I have that come up along the way. And I'm saying fears in, will this work? Will we get results? Will this be wasted money? Are people gonna think I'm crazy? Is this a bad investment? What if I don't earn my money back? Believe me, I have all those things too. So does every entrepreneur in this world. Anyone operating a business has those thoughts, because none of it's guaranteed. So every single person that's running their own business has all of this shit every single day. And the more that your business grows, the bigger those fears get, because you have bigger responsibility. You've got more people that are looking up to you and expecting things from you. You've got team. You've got systems. I mean, you have authority. You have a lot of things that are on your shoulders. So your investments get bigger. Like, your risk is bigger, okay? So trust me when I tell you, like, people that are making a lot of money and doing really well, they're not fearless. And you don't need to be, because you're never going to be. There's always going to be the fears. But your urgency, your desire, your passion, the impact, and this end goal you're trying to get to, that has to be bigger than the fears. If your fears are bigger than those things, you'll never move forward. You're just going to stay where you are, because fear is going to keep you there until the desire gets bigger than the fear. The second thing that you got to do for these steps to work is you got to be committed to your business like it's life or death, meaning that this is not negotiable. I work in my business every day. I do the things that we outlined here in this webinar every day. I am focused and committed. I'll do whatever it takes. I'm here. It's part of your life. It's your lifestyle. It's everything to you. It is like it's an extension of you is what your business is supposed to be. Your business should be an extension of you, hence the reason you became an entrepreneur. And you're not in some, cubicle. So, or maybe you are, but you're trying to get out of it with your business, right? Because you have a desire for something bigger. And so your business is the vehicle that's going to get you to that bigger vision. So it can't be negotiable, okay? You've got to be really committed. And that's where, when you're committed like that, you also get behind yourself, meaning that you will take risks and you will make investments and you will take steps that are scary because you trust yourself, because the thing you're going for means so much to you, you'll do whatever it takes. That's a huge thing to take away from this webinar today. The third thing is you got to have tough skin. You got to be ready to take risks. You got to be consistent. You got to be willing to create new habits and mindset shifts to support the bigger vision you're going for, because it's going to take all of that and some to make that happen. The fourth thing, you got to be ready. Just be ready for all of it, right? Just know when you come into this space that you've got to be ready to sell, market, show up, hear a lot of no's. You're probably going to hear more no's than you do yeses, especially in the beginning. You're going to have technology hiccups. You got to be consistent. You're going to have to ask for the money. You're going to have to learn new things, and you're going to have to put yourself out there in some scary ways. I know for me, that was scary. It was scary to share my story and be really honest about where I came from. It was scary to have my husband take out a second job to help me so I could keep trying this business thing. It was scary to take out credit cards and make investments when I was like brand new and had no clue what I was doing. It was scary to borrow money. We borrowed plenty of money in my time. It was scary for all of that because there's no guarantee. You don't know how anything's going to turn out. You just have to know that you're going to do whatever you got to do to try to get to that end goal, and trust yourself that you will make it happen, right? Like, it's not a negotiable thing, right? So that's that. All right, so point blank, these are your next steps. Here it is. You need to have a proven sales system. Okay, so these are the things that are probably missing if you're not experiencing, 5-figure months consistently each and every single month in your business. You probably don't have a proven sales system in place, and that means a system that attracts buyers on a regular basis onto your calendar and then into your programs, that decreases or even eliminates the no-shows, the brain pickers, and the freebie lurkers. If you don't have a sales system that does this, I mean, you're probably going to waste a lot of time trying to fill your calendar, and then it's probably not going to be the right people, right? So it could be no-shows, it could be people that show up but don't get the sale. The second thing is sellable offers. These are the ones that people actually see as valuable and they want to buy. So you can't have mediocre offers or the same thing that everybody else is selling. It's got to be what your people want to buy right now today, okay? It's that support. It's offers that support the things that you really want in life, meaning that if you're trying to have more time freedom, which we all want and we all desire, then you probably shouldn't create an offer that's going to suck the life out of you and take your every second, or create an offer where you need 40 clients just to make $5,000 or $10,000 a month, and you got to work 60 hours fulfilling those clients. That's not going to give you time freedom. So there's a conflict of interest, meaning that you're putting an offer out that you're saying you want to sell, but deep down you don't, because if you actually sell it and you fill it, you know that it's going to be a major time suck. It's not supporting the lifestyle you really want, aka time freedom, and that's why it's not selling. So when things are not selling, look at it as a blessing. It is the universe that's got your back and is saying, really? Why don't we hit the reset button? And I want you to think about it. Do you really want to sell this program at this price to these people in this structure? Do you really want to do that? Okay? If it's yes, then figure out the gap. If it's a no, there's your answer why it's not selling. It's very simple. Very simple. Okay, the next thing you're missing is the marketing strategies that are inspired, not impulsive. You don't want them to be the ones that every Tom, Dick, and Harry teach that don't even work anymore, and that don't have you feeling like a desperate housewife on social media all day. You want to focus on marketing strategies that work, that feel good, that produce results, and they're not a big time suck. You should not have to be on social media all day long to get one person on your calendar or to get one client in your program. Like, there's no need for that. You shouldn't, you're just probably focusing on the wrong things, okay? Or too many things. All right, the next thing that you're probably missing are prices that match the energy of your value. And this is huge because you want to be selling offers and pricing it that you actually do want people to buy what you're selling. And we just talked about this. If you're trying to sell something that really deep down does not support what you're really going for, there's not an energy match. So your price point should match the energy of the value, and it should also match the energy of the structure of the program. All of it should come together. Like, all in all, you should be shouting from the rooftops how excited you are about your program or your services. It shouldn't be, well, I like the price, but like, God, I don't know, it's a year long, or gosh, I'm going to have to bring in 20 clients. I don't know, I'm going to have to do a big launch. If you're having like those types of things, it's got to be restructured, because all of the things need to come together and have a matching energy. The fifth thing you might be missing is the structure, support, and confidence, because here's the key. Success takes a village. You cannot do this by yourself. I mean, I guess you could. You could try to guess, wing, and try to figure things out on your own, and that's okay. But it is going to be the long way around. You're probably going to go through a lot of things that you could just avoid altogether. You're probably going to get stuck in some of the things that if you had the right support and confidence and structure in place, you could shift through them so much faster. Why do you want to do that? If you could just have someone say, here's what you need to go do. Go do ABC. Here, go do 1, 2, 3. Here, take this template and do this with it. Like, if you could just have someone tell you what to do and you just go do it and get the result and move to the next step, wouldn't you rather do that instead of guessing it and winging it and hoping and taking the long way around, or getting stuck in the things that you should be able to shift through pretty quickly? If you have the right supports, the systems, the structure, and confidence in place, right? So I just want you to think about that. You can absolutely go do all this by yourself. Like, anyone that tells you otherwise, it's just it's a sales marketing tactic, right? Like, of course you could go do this yourself. And of course, you know, you could figure this out on your own. Of course you could make it happen. And no, your business isn't gonna, like, you're not gonna die, and your business isn't gonna crash to the ground if you don't do it. What I'm saying is, it's faster, it's easier, and it's just less stressful if you could just hire someone to tell you what to go do and then help you stay focused and accountable on doing it, than it is to try to go figure this stuff out by yourself and have what could take a few months take years. That's all I'm saying here, guys. Okay, I'm not like a high pressure salesperson. I'm not telling you if you don't do this, that's it. You might as well, like, go get a cubicle job. I'm not saying that. It's not even true. I just don't want to see you guys do, you know, what could be done in just a few months. Have it take you years and have it be super stressful and the long way around and very overwhelming and not work. That's all. So here's how I can help if you want the help. And if you don't, that's cool too. You don't have to. It's just an invitation. I just want you to know how I can help. So should you feel like you want to get the help, whether it be now or later, you kind of know what this looks like, okay? So it's just me extending an invitation. This is what I can help you do. I can discuss with you your immediate and your long-term goals so that we can prioritize them in a way that gets you the fastest, easiest results while at the same time working toward your bigger vision. So we need to get money in the door today. You need to get clients today. You need to get results right now. We need to get some structures and systems in place to support your bigger vision. But we also want to be working toward the bigger vision at the same time as getting results right now. So one of the things I always tell my clients is, I don't want to see you setting up funnels broke. I don't want you to build your email list broke. I want you to do the bigger vision stuff. I want you to get there, but I want you to get there in a way while you're, like, in a profitable way, where you're creating results and income now. And also, the long-term vision you have is probably going to cost you money. So you need to get money in the door right now. Okay, so we'll discuss your immediate as well as your long-term goals and your vision, and we're going to prioritize what needs to happen in what order for these things to start happening. The second thing is we'll look at your inventory to find things available. And you have this. You're just probably not seeing it or aware of it, but you have things available to you right now that you can tap into and activate buyers. You can get clients right now. Either you're just not seeing it, or you're unaware of it, or you're blocking it, or you're avoiding it, or whatever it might be. We're going to look and do a complete inventory of your business so that we can see what you already have in place that we could tap into right now to start to activate some buyers. The third thing is we'll look at the thing your client really wants to buy badly enough to pay for it. What is the thing they want to solve enough where they'll pay for that solution? And then we're going to craft 1 to 3 offers around those things so that you now have sellable offers in place and you have financial security for a minimum of 6 months, okay? So the goal here is we create consistent 5-figure months for at least 3 to 6 months, but for 6 months, you have income coming in the door. That's what I want to see. I want to see that you consistently have 5-figure months for at least 3 months, and you have consistent income coming in for 6 months. That's the immediate goal that we want to get you to, because that's going to show us that we've got things set up properly and that we've got what it takes to start to maximize that. So that's what I want to do. I want to get you to that first. Then we can identify who is this dreamiest client, and we can craft some messaging around that client that's going to actually speak to them and get them reaching out to you, wanting to know how they can connect with you to work with you or to talk about working with you. This is something that, you know, is probably the biggest part of this, is getting that messaging down. So if you haven't done this, if you don't even have a clue what this needs to look like, you know, it might consist of some market research, or we might have some other ways to do that. And then the next thing that we'll do is we're going to focus in on a small handful, maybe 5 or so, of inspired, proven strategies that you can use to go off and fill up your calendar with buyers that actually want to and are ready to invest before you even speak to them. So prior to getting them on the phone. And we want to do that in the fastest, easiest way possible. So while we're doing some of step number one, while we're really looking at immediate and long-term goals and what can we do to activate some buyers right now, we can also be setting up some structures and strategies to start filling up your calendar with buyers right away. This is how we're going to create that consistent month after month income. Okay, so these are the ways that I can help you. Obviously, this isn't everything, but these are the immediate core focuses that you and I will be doing so that you have immediate income. And then I would like to see 5 figures for 3 months consistently per month. And then steady income, consistent income for at least 6 months, okay? So what comes in after that 5 figures, that's irrelevant as long as we see consistent income. So if you are ready for 5-figure months, if you are ready for this support, if you do want to take me up on this invitation, and you don't have to, it's totally your choice. You're either ready or you're not, and that's up to you. There's no judgment. If you want to do it without the hustle, tons of the tech, and all the complicated marketing strategies, then I want to invite you to check out the Sales Rebel Unleashed. It is a 6-month live incubator. It's my group coaching program, my signature program. I've run it for 5 years now. We've had over 100 entrepreneurs go through this program, and I'm doing it live. So I haven't done it live in a few years. We're doing it live. I'm going to be working with a limited number of creative, ambitious coaches, consultants, done-for-you providers, and we're closely and personally going to help you hit your first or next 5-figure months consistently, and then set you up so that after the program, you're ready to scale that. So if you desire to have all of this, the fun, the flow, the freedom, the easy marketing that is definitely not pitchy or a time suck, more impact and income without more effort, which is key, to no longer play the guessing game and run your business on hope, consistent 5-figure months that actually feel good and are well-deserved, so that we will be focusing on that, making sure that the 5 figures you're creating feels good. To work with dreamy clients and not feel bad about turning away anyone less than that. To have a coach who actually cares about you being successful and has been where you are and will not let you hide and make excuses. Because here's the truth. You could go off today, raise your rates. It doesn't mean anyone's going to buy. You could go off and change all your offers. Doesn't make them sellable. You could spend the next week, month, or even months testing copy and freebies to kind of see what works. But the truth is, we need to shift some things, right? All the things we just talked about, we need to be looking at, and we need to find where the gaps are that are profit blockers and that are preventing you from getting the results that you want. Because it's not just about launching stuff and throwing it out there. And following a routine, it takes that consistency. It takes a proven system that actually works and that you're going to actually work and stick to. So the Sales Rebel Unleashed is a 6-month live group program, but what I've done differently and unique is I have combined it with unlimited private one-on-one coaching with me personally through Voxer to help you go from floundering around to those 5-figure months consistently. So this isn't a group program where you're going to hop on these live training calls and then like pop in a group or something and get support, or hop on a weekly group call and kind of wait your turn. You're going to get me on demand. So that means that instead of doing weekly group coaching calls, you're going to have 6 months of private, unlimited coaching with me personally, private one-on-one, aside from the program. So as we go through, the program is broken into weekly bite-sized trainings, where each week we're going to focus on one thing at a time, okay, to get these results coming in for you, get the things in place that you're missing. We're going to do that. And then while we're doing that, you're going to have access to me unlimited, privately, one-on-one through Voxer, where we're going to coach. I'm going to hold you accountable. We're going to talk strategies. I'm going to work you through when you're getting stuck, off track, sidetrack, whatever. Work through all those things to keep you focused and accountable, so that each training, you can hop over to Voxer. We could talk about what to apply, what parts of that training to apply to your business. We could talk about how to take the training and actually personalize it so it's specific for your unique business and the unique goals that you're trying to reach. Because this is going to look different for everyone in the program. And so I thought combining it with the one-on-one would really allow you guys to, like, there's no way you can't get results unless you don't show up, right? So that's what this is consistent of, much different than any other program out there. So you're going to get 24 live trainings over the 6 months that are going to walk you through the 5-figure flow system step by step. So every week we'll have one bite-sized training, and then we'll Voxer the rest of the time privately. We will have a private group as well, so you can, like, partner up if you want to. You can see the progress from everybody, share your wins, but we will privately coach through each training. We're also going to have some actionable worksheets that are quick to help you identify your right action steps and implement them. So those are the things we'll work through together privately coaching. You're going to get the unlimited private coaching instead of the group calls, okay? You're going to be fully supported. You're not going to be on your own to figure this out. And there will be a private Facebook community if you want to go in and ask questions, get support, share wins, things like that. But definitely, the trainings are core fundamental pieces, and then combined with that one-on-one private coaching. We will have some implementation weeks. There's also going to be a bonus where my lead tech is going to come in and set up a funnel for you. It's just going to be a signature freebie funnel because it's probably the only one you need right now at this stage. That's pretty important for, like, building your list and stuff like that. And the rest of it is going to be booking calls, having sales conversations, launching your program, filling your programs, working with your clients, setting up the right systems and structures so you can rinse, repeat everything I teach you, and then private coaching with me for 6 months. If you want these types of results, and if you want me to help you do that, if you want support to go off and do this, then I invite you to check out Unleashed. You can just go to selllikearebel.com/unleashed, and you can get all the details. I've actually broke out every module week by week, so you know exactly what we're working on. Here's the cool thing about this. Because it comes with private one-on-one coaching, if there's a week where we're doing something that's not relevant for you, or it's not something that you need, it's not specific to your business, you don't need to participate in it. We could just continue coaching for an additional week, right? Like, we could just coach. I actually have a couple people that signed up and they're like, I don't even care about the training. I just want the 6 months of coaching with you. I mean, it's up to you how you use this. The point is this is what we want to get you to in this program, is those 5-figure months consistently. And then also the right systems and structures and strategies so that when the program ends, you can rinse, repeat, and you can maximize those results, go to multiple 5 figures, but not increase your effort, because you're already going to have all the things in place to continue doing that. And that's the goal. So if you have any questions, drop them below. Do you have any questions about anything we covered today? Do you have any questions about the Sales Rebel Unleashed? Anything like that, I'm happy to answer. If you're tuning into the replay, please still drop your questions below. I want to answer them. I want to support you. Drop them below. I'm happy to support. Definitely, you know, go check out the page. Just go to selllikearebel.com/unleashed. Everything is there for you. All the modules. We get a bunch of bonuses too. You can go check those out, and you can sign up. Okay, we have probably, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4 spots left. Because I'm only bringing a few more people in, just because you get so much access to me. I want to make sure everyone gets my undivided attention and that I can support everybody. So we've got 4, maybe 5 spots left. So yeah, definitely let me know if you have questions below. Go check out the page, get yourself signed up, and I hope to be supporting you in hitting those 5-figure months.